Hi, this is Elitom El-Amin, Breatharian, and today I'm going to address some of the allegations from Athena StarSeed that she put against me on a video. Now, Athena is a very dedicated person on the spiritual path and a lovely individual and makes beautiful music. Now, me, I do teach the breatharian path of eating very little or none at all, and what goes along with my message is also being celibate. Now, of course, I travel around the world teaching people this and I'm surrounded by a lot of people, and in the past on the celibacy journey, I've had questions with my integrity and behavior. However, those have gotten resolved, and I do have connection with those particular two women in the past from before, and it has been forgiven. And there's also been a video I've given on that, and I've also had a response on that particular issues. Now, where I stand now on the celibacy journey is I love energy work, using my energies for meditation purposes and my spiritual growth. So I do not engage in physical sex. Now, when you deal with relationships, and Athena and I, we had a great working relationship and we spent time together. And there was no sexual contact took part whatsoever. I never laid on top of her like she said I did. However, when you deal with relationships, emotions are there. And we're not saying they're good or bad, but it's just us being human. And when you deal with these emotions, sometimes it can blur our perceptions and different things of anger, and it can really unbalance our judgments on how we do things. However, the good quality we have as human beings is we can look at these situations and balance them back out again and bring them into the light, because that's our ultimate nature. Now, as we go on, there's a lot to this also, but what I'm going to do with you now is actually share some text messages with you that me and Athena had, and that will show the other side of our relationship that goes a little different than the video she said on what our relationship was. However, as I share these with you, I'll share them with you so we can look at it together, and then you can make a choice from there. Now, even though I'm going to share these text messages, and I began by saying we had this good relationship, well, we did bump heads many times, just like some relationships could be. So we did bump heads, and we did see things totally different, and that's a part of being human also in different relationships. But right now, I'm going to share these text messages with you to show you another side of our relationship. Now, I'm going to start from January. Now, up until January, we had 2 retreats before that, but apparently everything looked good on being paid for and everything else. That's why we're doing a 3rd one. And this 3rd one was, I knew I'm not going to be there forever. That was crystal clear, because I love traveling. I'm a nomad, and I love spreading the message. But I was going to make sure, as being a team player, to make sure she's all right, and I was always going to make my rounds coming back to LA to work on that situation. However, as our relationship progressed, more bumping heads took place, so it started to change our future plans. But this starts for January 2nd, just to catch you up. And this is a text coming from Athena to me, and this is after the New Year's, and this is getting prepared for the January retreat. So those of you who follow me also know I was walking from LA up to San Francisco at that time, and I was going to Mount Shasta, and I had to spread the message at different conferences going up north, where I made other collaborations, other friends, and other plans, and we'll look at that later. Okay, anyway, this is coming from Athena. Hey, Happy New You. I watched your video, it is awesome. I reposted it. You are amazing. You are my hero. I am so motivated. I know things will create miracles. I am sending you love and abundance. Please let me know if there is any way you can ask your fans to send in donations to support the temple. We're $2,000 short, and if everyone pitched in, 20 people at $100, we can make it happen. So this is a text that came from me because the rent is due about January 5th or 6th. And even though I'm not living there and I'm somewhere else, I'm just coming back to do the retreat. Me being a team player, I'm willing on helping out to make sure everything's okay. Now, mind you, this is working on January, so the other months got paid for when I was there, or I wouldn't have been there. But anyway, this is a text coming from January 3rd from Athena to me. Okay, they rescheduled the payment until tomorrow, and it will be challenging. Is there any funds you can send today via PayPal? $200 to $300. I need to send the check in and still are $900 short. Now what this is saying to catch you up is people are signing up for the next retreat that's going to be from January 18th to the 26th. So people are sending her money because she's handling all the finances, and she asked me, can I give $200 to $300? So I texted her back and said, I sent $200 via PayPal. And she texted back and said, fantastic. We are rolling. I love you. The bills are getting paid. And I'm not even there. January 7th come about, and Athena texts me this message, and I'm still up north somewhere else. Not planning on living in that place because I'm a nomad. I got to keep saying this. And again, here we go. January 7th. Let's plan February breatharian retreat. Been thinking about dates. We are on a roll. Several people are interested, but can't make this one. So that means she's thinking about February now. Another retreat to keep the bills going. Me, I'm somewhere else, and I'm planning on making plans on doing stuff up north, Mount Shasta, for those of you who follow my journey, and also going to India. I got all these plans. I'm not planning on staying there. And this is crystal clear in our relationship. But for her to start thinking about a breatharian retreat for February, that means this must be that January is secure. And I'm not even living there. And this is a text, January 11th, and I'm still up north, but I'm coming back, from Athena to me. I do want to tell you how important you are to me and how much I love and adore you. You have been very generous with me and very loving. I'm sorry we hit heads so many times, and I want to ask you for your forgiveness for my disrespect. I know how beautiful you are inside and out. Let's find some time to chat tonight if you are free. So that shows in our relationship we hit heads many times before this retreat even came about. However, she's apologizing to me, which I really respected that. That's what friends do. So anyway, the retreat takes place, and we had a really great time. And in our video that she put against me, I believe first she said I saw her after the retreat, sexually laying on top of her, and then she said it was about the third or fourth day. And I taught sexual cultivation, celibacy, and how it goes along with living on prana, and how you could grab the different energies and forces all through the retreat. And she was there on everyone, just like everybody picked up the energy, and it was a great retreat on that type of level. So at the end of the retreat, which was the 26th, I gathered the people one more time together because the checkout time is noon. So we're doing our last qigong and our meditations in the morning at 7:30. So at 8:30, she texts me a message because she's not with the group outside. She's waiting on everybody to go, which is understandable. But this is what the text message she gives me. Great retreat. This was awesome. Let us please end at 10 a.m. so everyone could pick up and clean up, so we all could complete by noon. Thank you so much for all your love, wisdom, and compassion. Love to you. So that was on the last day of the retreat. And for me, that was a beautiful retreat. There was nothing wrong whatsoever. Living in a dream. So after the retreat, of course, me working with all those people, running all those energies, I went to go take a walk, to go walk that down and be in my own thoughts. However, I got a call from a friend of mine who promised me a massage after the retreat to take me to go get a massage, which was beautiful. So she was already at the house waiting on me. I forgot about the appointment, so I walked on back. Now, however, I didn't know to the extent on how her and Athena didn't get along. So they start at it and I come and kind of break it up, but I'm kind of telling Athena I'll take care of it. Because Athena's on me about drawing people there that she don't want there. Okay, I'm clear. But I'm telling her that you don't have to worry about it no more, because I know I'm leaving and I'm looking at the other woman too as being a very good person. I don't choose sides. But the frustration was Athena kept on with her instead of letting me handle it. And I said, we're about to go. I say to her, and I probably said it sharply, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. You don't have to worry about it no more. And I can feel I probably provoked some of that anger, you understand, on how I projected it. Also in our relationship, there was a time where we were bumping heads and she was talking to me and I kind of called her a chihuahua barking in my ear. And I could see what that, or my response is how I provoked things out of her also, anger-wise. So I do want to apologize for calling her a chihuahua. Athena, I'm really sorry. But anyway, as I went to go get my massage and I come out of getting a massage, I get another text message, just the last one, the 26th that came to me that day from the retreat. And she says, hi, after everything that has happened, it's better if you come back now and pick up your belongings and stay somewhere else. I am hurt by your behavior and I want my key back. Please come home and get all your belongings and I will PayPal you your money. So she collected all the money, so she says she will PayPal me my money. Now, my stuff was already packed, so I went back and I'm just glad it's over with. Now we could go on our spiritual paths. It's been great. Said bye to everybody, and I'm so free that I'm leaving, you know, to go on my new adventure. This is how I'm thinking. However, as I'm traveling and going on my new mission, I look at my PayPal and I don't see the money there. And then, I felt the energy of it then. I had the best retreat of my life and didn't even get paid for it. But then when I saw the video that she posted the next day, and I saw that, I was very hurt. I don't understand whatsoever. Let's just put this up in the light.
Hi, my name is Grace Garneau, and I am making this video to give a testimonial about my impressions of Elitom and his character. So I met Elitom when I went to Shayna's house in Northern California, and he was giving a talk there. And I was so impressed by him as a teacher and as a high vibrational being that I decided to actually drive down to Southern California to go to the recent retreat at Athena's house. And it was really, really awesome. I totally enjoyed it. I came back totally rejuvenated. It was amazing as far as my health, and my state of mind, and it was a very elevating experience. So, as far as my impressions of Elitom, one of my first experiences of him was just that he's extraordinarily generous, not only financially, but in terms of information. He just gives everything. He's not at all thinking about marketing and trying to squeeze money out of people. My impression of him is he's not very concerned about money. He lets people who are hosting him do most of the decision making and around money, and he's extremely flexible. And I actually ended up in a situation where my car died, and he was incredibly generous in terms of giving me a big discount on the retreat because I was in a huge bind. And so, yeah, that's one of the things that I think is really amazing about him, is his generosity. I also experienced him to be extremely respectful of everybody at the retreat, and I felt that he treated men and women equally, and that he was very considerate and aware of people and where they're at. So that was my experience of him. One of the things that there was an enormous amount of emphasis on was celibacy, because he says that on a breatharian path that's essential. I personally was interested in the retreat more for health and for conscious eating. I'm not really trying to be breatharian, but most of the people there are, and so he put a lot of emphasis on being celibate. And in fact, the whole last night of the retreat was about that topic. And I do remember asking him a lot of questions because, you know, I felt that there are maybe tantric practices that, you know, it would be possible to abstain from orgasm but not have to be completely alone. And he felt that there is no leeway at all, that you can't even, he said, don't play with fire, is basically his response. So, that being said, I talked to most of the participants, and my experience of everybody was that everybody was really, really happy about him, and that I only heard one complaint, and it was one person felt that they would have liked a more structured schedule. He tends to be kind of loose and flowing in the way that he structures things. Other than that, I heard no complaints. Everybody was saying only positive things about him, which I think is actually very unusual, because in my experience, when you get a group of people together with a teacher, there's an awful lot of criticism going on normally. So, yeah, that has been my experience, and I have gone to see Elitom again now that I'm back in Northern California. He was just here, and I will continue to do so, and I really appreciate everything that he has offered me and the group, and I think it's very heartfelt.
Greetings, Elitom. Just wanted to share with you my thoughts on the event, breatharian retreat last week, 8-day event. It was amazing to see you. It was amazing to be in your presence. I learned more than I expected. I did come at it with an agenda of things that I wanted to learn, and it's far surpassed. So I guess I would say it's worth the trip. Since I traveled from Canada about 1,500 miles to come and see you. And, you know, as I was thinking about coming, I saw events synchronizing. And that's kind of, you know, it's necessary to pay attention to that, to observe the world around you and see and be in it but not of it. I think that's the saying. That being said, there were things that I found somewhat unsettling. There was an energy there that that should not have been there. And when I saw the host's video, the accusations laid against you, I found that quite distasteful. you were not privy to the conversation between the host and Tina, aka Athena StarSeed, right at I think it was the last day of the event, and accusations were made against a lady who was not part of the event but had attended 2 days, that she had behaved sexually inappropriate with her during a massage. She placed her vagina against Athena and did some kind of rubbing action. I don't know. It seems kind of strange, but even when that person was there, and then now the next accusation against you again seems so foreign. I mean, I'm thinking that there's a child there. If there was some kind of sexual assault or violence there, that you would have been dealt with. It would have been brought out immediately. At least that's what I would have done. And you know, whatever appropriate actions needed to be taken would have been taken. And there were 9 people. Well, eight guests. You, the host, and a child, all there. And nothing is said. It just doesn't pass the sniff test. And then in Athena's video, she's talking about people agreeing with her about certain things, where there was no discussion, there was no agreement on anything in terms of what she's talking about. At least nothing that I was privy to, and since I was one of the 8, if you include me in one of the 8, then there's no agreement. So I'm sending all my love to you, and keep up the great work. I love you, and I'm looking forward to attending any more events that I'm able to, and looking forward to traveling with you as well. And keep up the great work. I love you.